You never forget the screams of those men with the bombs above their heads, the decapitated kamikazes they're called. This is my Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem review. The game came out in 2022. I am Couch Coop, and you may have noticed I've been rinsing Game Pass a bit lately. This recently came on a few days ago, so I was super eager to look at it. I was there for Serious Sam, the first encounter in 2001.
Should be fun.
Serious Sam, as a protagonist, joins the roster with Duke Nukem and maybe Doom Guy. For being this 90s misogynist one-liner, think Rowdy Roddy Piper in They Live. We may not ever see the return of these types of video game characters, so it's important to document them and laugh at some of their quite crudely written, but funny in places, dialogue.
Are you guys dogs or frogs? Just make up your damn mind.
You can imagine my absolute astonishment when I found out it wasn't voiced by Troy Baker. This has got to be one of the only white male video game characters of recent years not to be voiced by young Troy. I think he's on holiday or something. In 2001, the first-person shooter market was super saturated. It was very mainstream. There was a lot of them around, and you had to do something quite outlandish or out of the box to get noticed. What did Serious Sam do in that opening first encounter that made everyone pay attention? It's quite a hard thing to explain, but traditionally, the game's layout revolved around massive open expanses and something called herding, which basically means running backwards, pulling everything in front of you that's chasing you, and then dealing a big blow to sort of eliminate everything. Kind of a bit like how COD Zombies used to work in the early days. Referred to as a rape train by the young pro-cynical. Doesn't really mention that much anymore, now he's worth a couple of mil. It boasted a massive amount of move-in targets on screen, and this was coupled with like tactile projectiles. What I mean is they moved slowly, you saw them sort of mortar in, you had loads of ground to maneuver, strafe and avoid. It felt free. It was far from a corridor shooter that Doom sold itself as. It was also absolutely relentlessly difficult, giving you loads of different enemy types, really early doors and stuff that charged you. You didn't want to get caught in a corner, you jump in, there's no dodge. So it's all about firepower, getting you out of trouble and sort of coaxing these things in and around obstacles. It was incredible as an experience on my Advent laptop back in 2001. What's this game like, however? Well, I'm straight up annoyed with its location and name. Siberia, sort of winter, ice, mountains. The early games, especially the first one, had this almost Egyptian Aztec theme going on. Lush green grass, crazy massive pyramids, and huge things sitting on top of them that were miles away from each other. The battlefields were colossal. This is a little bit reined in, but it's still just as hectic. It does have that Serious Sam magic. What does the game actually run like? Well, it's impeccable. I've got a few things on medium because it's an extremely busy first-person shooter and it doesn't stutter. Well, it can't. That's the other thing about the Serious Sam series, is that you don't have performance issues because there's way too much going on, and a slight disturbance on that front will pull you clean out of the immersion. This version also likes a bit of mini-boss, constantly giving you like medium to large things to deal with in arenas, and they are massive in scale. That's good. They haven't roped you in too much. There's a few weird puzzles and you don't really get a good arsenal early doors, but once things start swinging, you do feel totally at home. Have they changed anything with the meta? Absolutely not. And there were a few sort of upgrades working in the background, but there's no microtransactions, there's no stupid stuff. This is from Devolver on a publisher level, and it does offer online co-op. Good luck with finding someone to go through this madness with you. Is it better than Doom? Well, not really. The reasons for that are it doesn't push a bigger technical spec. This game is not the best looking on any of the systems, and it is released over on the PlayStation 5. You're not looking at ray tracing, but the frame rates are solid AF. It's also not as aerial as Doom. You're a little bit more grounded, and you have to give these things to run around with staircases and ladders and jumping gaps. You can't just winch out of trouble, so you've got to deal with a lot more face to face. It is just as fast as Doom, however, and just as octane driven, it just comes from a different direction with Serious Sam. Talking of its direction, I do love how they have reused a lot of the enemy assets. I like the mutant Ed 209 things, but I have always struggled to take its sci-fi angles seriously. It does lean more towards the extraterrestrial than otherwise serious canon tech sci-fi, but that's still part of the sort of tongue-in-cheek funniness of the Serious Sam series.
I've got the moves like Jaeger.
Yes, that was a Maroon 5 mech joke, and just like the band, that one-liner aged just as well. This scene, however, my god, I mean, I was like eyes bleeding. It was so crazy. It went on for so long. It goes on for about, I don't know, at least 10 to 15 minutes. You have to go right across the map. You kill at least 10,000 things, and you do get a little bit snowblind to the violence, which is something you would think wouldn't happen. Is this game worth plucking off the shelf at full price? Maybe for the 5 or Xbox? That's a toughie because of its Game Pass entry level cost and the fact that I don't feel they really utilised a lot of the set pieces and crazy ideas from the early series in this Siberian edition. I would totally recommend trying to solo this on Game Pass though, and having a good look at what first-person shooters grew from. And if you do remember the original game, then you'll have big smiles, especially when you hear the hooves of those annoying skeleton horses. Holy crap, I forgot about the post-traumatic stress evolved from them. I've also just reinstalled Sunset Overdrive, which I actually bought on Xbox a couple of years ago, but it seems to have completely forgotten that. That was something that featured on the channel in 2019, and it performed chronically badly. The video was like barely over 200. I had to delete it. It was doing my average big damage. So I'll have another go at that, and I'll also be running it on a bigger PC, so that will be all top spec. Sunset Overdrive is one of the greatest Xbox exclusives ever made, and any Sony fanboy needs to bite their lip and look at it because they haven't really come up with anything as good as that over on the Microsoft console exclusive front. I get 6,000 returning viewers a month, people who don't sub, who come back and see my content on a regular basis. I've been doing it for years. Please sub. Please subscribe, guys. It's coming into a part of the year where I really need some traction. Current subscribers, you might want to check you've got your notification bell dinged because a lot of my new content is buried more than normal.